Now, here's a great tip when it comes to salad. This iceberg lettuce, from the moment that it was picked, started to deteriorate. Its water supply was cut off. So what we're going to do is bring it back to life again. Make sure, whenever preparing lettuce, your knife is very sharp because you don't want to bruise the leaves. Now, if you just pop this into the ice, that needs to stay in there for 10 to 20 minutes. Here's the 4-ribber beef. It's been 24 hours in the oven, and I've just left it for a couple of hours to cool down. Now, what I need to do with this is take the meat off the bone. Make sure you've got a very sharp knife. Now, with this, I need to run this knife along the edge of the 2 rib bones, all the way down to the base. Okay. Then, when you get to the bottom of the meat, turn the knife so it's running parallel to the board, and then just slice towards you. So now I just need to cut this into 2 thick steaks. This is going to be enough for 4 very hungry people. I'm just trimming off the outside, but that blowtorching that we did before we put the meat in the oven has now given it a wonderfully subtle colour. Now look at that. You can see it's completely even colour. Now we need to brown these steaks, give a wonderful concentration of flavour on the surface. But we need to do that without cooking any of the flesh underneath. Now, the secret is this: a heavy cast iron pan, and get it as hot as possible. That's been on the heat now for 20 minutes. What I need to do is just season the steaks with salt and pepper. I'm just going to pour a film of oil into the pan. We need this really smoking. Just be very careful. Whenever placing anything in a pan with hot oil, always lay it down away from you. That way, you're not going to get any hot fat splashing on yourself. Now, the key here is the quicker we can brown the outside of this steak, the less damage we're going to do to the inside and keep all of those juices still in the meat. OK, that's about there. It's turning a wonderful, deep golden brown. So another 2 minutes on that side, and we should be there. So this had a couple of minutes each side. That's ready. Now all we need to do is leave that there, just to rest for 5 to 10 minutes. That'll allow the meat to relax. Now, for the lettuce, it's ready to drain. Iceberg lettuce, I just think it's fantastic. It's so overlooked now for all the more fashionable lettuces. We just need to leave that to drain for a few minutes. I've got some tomatoes. They're cherry tomatoes. I've just cut them into 8s. And I'm going to pour on top of that a really simple vinaigrette. Now for that final touch, it's going to turn this into my perfect steak. I really wanted to try and get that nutty, cheesy note that I found in the steak in New York. And I was trying to think about how to do it. Well, it was blue cheese, was the smell I was getting. So I thought, right, get some blue cheese, and then layer the slices of blue cheese with slices of butter. The butter actually absorbs all of those aromatic components from the cheese, but it doesn't take any of the cheese taste. So we've got a butter with all the aroma of blue cheese, but not tasting of cheese. All I need to do now is just pop that in a pan and melt it. Now we're ready. And when I cut through this, you should see just how even the colour is inside. We've kept all of those juices in. It looks fantastic. This is our mushroom ketchup. It's going to really boost all of the meaty notes from the beef. It's really important with salad to make sure that you put the lettuce and the vinaigrette together at the last possible minute. And be very careful when you combine them. We don't want to bruise the leaves. This lettuce is going to be fantastic with the beef. That crisp texture and just the acidity from the vinaigrette and all the compounds in the tomatoes that are going to really accentuate the meaty notes of the steak. And now for the final touches. This is smoked salt. And that smoky note is going to accentuate the charred character that we've got on the outside of the steak for the blowtorching. Just sprinkle a bit of that on. Finally, the blue cheese-infused butter. This is going to give this steak all the characteristics. I saw that wonderful beef in New York. It's just going to bring this whole dish to life. And there you go, my perfect steak and salad.